Hey everyone, and welcome to the weekly coaching recap. I am Allegra Stein. If you're watching on YouTube, hello, thank you for being here. And if you are in Misfit to Maverick, enjoy this week's sizzle reel, share your follow-up questions and comments below. Every week in Misfit to Maverick is an open coaching and mentorship call where I offer one-on-one mentorship to coaches in a small group setting. And invariably throughout that conversation, lots of new insights surface that are captured on our digital whiteboard on these little Post-its. And I just love to take these 10-ish minutes or so to share some of the highlights with hopes that they help you on your particular coaching journey. So listen for things that catch your ear, listen for insights that bubble up from within you. And again, here on YouTube or in Misfit to Maverick, share your comments below. I would love to hear from you. Okay, so one of the first things we dove into this week was a member who is, well, I guess one of the first things we talked about was this idea of passive income. And I really wanted to kind of play with the definition of that. I think the word passive is a bit of a misnomer because it suggests that there is no action or there's a little less work involved. I want you to imagine, and let me draw it out really quick. I may have actually drawn it here. Okay, cool. I want you to imagine, and there's a video I've shared about this many times, but that when we are coaching and we want to run our own gig, slow way down, one person at a time. Look at all my little notes there. When we want to run our own coaching gig, it's like running a food truck. Okay. And I think this is a very apt metaphor because as coaches, we're like the cooks in the truck. We love cooking. We love coaching. We're trying to find our own special sauce. We're trying to figure out our recipes, what it is that we want to offer. And we can kind of like design all these really cool coaching experiences within our truck. And when we're running our own coaching practice, we also have to think about how do we get people to the window? It's not enough just to be like, my coaching is awesome, or come do this really cool thing with me. We have to also really think, in some cases strategically, definitely creatively, and in a way that's aligned with how you like to show up and work of, how do I let people know, one, that I have a food truck, invite them to come try it out? Do I have tasters? Do I have samples? Am I going out into the world? Am I becoming known for this work that I do? That's the marketing projects. So what happens in the food truck are your coaching projects. Getting people up to the window are the marketing projects. And running your own coaching practice, you kind of have to be thinking about both at the same time. At the beginning of that journey, it's a little bit chaotic. It's kind of catch-22-ish of like, well, I'm not quite sure what I'm cooking in my truck. So how do I tell people about it? But if I don't tell people about it, then how am I going to get the feedback and get to test some of my things out? So I want to acknowledge that those early years of doing your own thing, especially if you're recently certified and you're trying to practice coaching as much as you're trying to figure out how to get people who want coaching or to connect with people who want that stuff. I get it. It's a lot of things happening at the same time. Anyway, back to the highlight reel. So this coach had asked about passive products. Now, when I think of passive products, it's not that they don't take work, right? It's that they are things that people they're coaching experiences that you are not directly involved in. It's like you plan it in advance and they can just take it. It's a little bit more DIY. So if I'm adding to my picture here, it's like you set up a table, outside your truck, and you've got to-go bags. That's a horrible table, but whatever. You've got like to-go bags outside of your food truck, right? So you still have to figure out how to get people to come and want to purchase and try out the to-go bags, but you just don't have to be there all the time, right? That's how I think about a passive product. So we brainstorm a lot of those options. I'm not going to go into all those details now because I just don't have enough time to cover all the topics. But that was kind of a big takeaway that some people took, that passive products aren't really passive. We usually create them in advance, just like we fill these bag lunches and then we put them out and then we go do our own thing. But again, how are you going to get people to come pick those things up? That is the question. And that's, again, a whole other project in and of itself. Let's see. So the second question that got opened up was, another coach I know is getting ready to open a membership. She wants to use Mighty Networks to create a container within which she can invite people to come, be in community, have access to calls. It's very similar to what I do over in Misfit to Maverick. Misfit to Maverick is a community. It's also like a coaching and mentorship membership. Coaches who want mentorship and coaching from me can sign up for Misfit to Maverick and every week have the opportunity to come and get one-on-one support in a small group setting. right? That's what these highlight reels are based on. But when it's not open yet, if you're considering opening a membership space, it's helpful to think about it as being kind of like an amusement park, right? The doors are closed, no one's in there. You're mapping out and planning out, well, what's going to be included in this experience? It is part of your coaching food truck. What's going to be included as part of this coaching experience in this community? And maybe you map out like a course and you put a weekly call on the calendar and you set up some articles that are ready and in place for people to check out. And at a certain time, you got to say, all right, doors are open. The doors are open. Now, it is really, really nice if you have people waiting to come in, because again, you might open those doors. You've just spent a month or two like planning this whole thing. You open the doors, no one's there to come check it out. So at the same time as you are kind of building this community space, you also want to be letting people know that it exists, inviting them to chat with you more about it as you get it set up. Maybe you're sharing some behind the scenes stuff so that when you say, all right, here we go, you've got a core group of founding members who want to come in and are willing to play and spin all the knobs and try all the things and give you feedback. Because I'm going to tell you something, we think we know how things are going to run, and then people come in and start using them and everything shifts up. It does. It all changes once the wheels start turning. So we just talked a lot about that idea of having founding members ready to join your space when you want to open it up. It's also really helpful, just again, from kind of this marketing angle, to create a space that those people have told you that they want. So while you're trying to be like, what kind of things should I include in this community? Ask people, be running conversation projects, ask them what kinds of things they'd like, what would help them, what problems are they trying to solve, so that you're increasing the likelihood that what it is that you're building is actually something that they want to play with and experience. So involve your people as much as possible in the creation of the experiences that you're designing. Consider founding members and getting them in place prior to the opening of your food truck or your amusement park. Don't overthink what's in your amusement park. Let people in and help, and let their response help form what other rides you want to include. So along with that, we talked about, let's say you have a coaching experience in mind. Do you want to open up a community, maybe have a membership space, or you have a workshop that you want to run that you're going to invite people to participate in? Set a date, time, and place. You're going to get to a moment where what is going to pull you into action, what's going to just like really make things happen, is actually setting a date, setting a time, setting a place where it's all going to open, and tell people, tell everybody, because that is where the commitment's really going to lock in. And I don't know about you, but I mean, I can think about running a workshop for a very long time. But the minute that I say the workshop is going to be on May 15th at noon, and I start telling people about it, and I get someone who says, yeah, I'll come, I got to plan the workshop. And the same is true for any kind of experience that you're designing. If you are stalling, if you are planning, if you are just thinking about it for months and months, the thing that might actually get you to do, to create, to experiment, to risk, to possibly fail, all of the things that I think we try to avoid, is setting a date and time and committing to it the same way that you commit to getting on a plane when you've purchased a plane ticket. Okay. The final thing that I want to share, I don't know how long I've been going, but I'm hopefully within the 10 minutes here. The final thing that I want to share from our call that I thought was really valuable is towards the end of our conversation, I helped a coach map out a new offer she has in mind. She wants to do a 30-day walking club. It's going to be paid. It's not going to be free. She's really clear on that. And as part of the walking club, she was like, yeah, I want to include a couple of accountability calls. There's going to be a walking logbook. They're going to be invited to be a part of her community. So there were all these features of the walking club. All right. And whatever coaching it is that you do, whether it's a coaching session or a collection of sessions or a week of Voxer or email support, all of those things are features. They are the features of your coaching experience. And as coaches, we love our features. I love saying, ooh, check out Misfit to Maverick, where you get weekly coaching calls and a Monday huddle and these Friday logbooks. Well, guess what? Features are important. People are curious about features. They kind of want to know, well, what is it that I'm going to get for, what I'm investing in? And what's more important is that you help people recognize that as a result of using those features, what's going to happen in their life, right? What is it that they want that the features are going to help them realize in some way? So for example, a walking club, a 30-day walking club, you've got all these cool features. Guess what? The person who's going to invest in a walking club doesn't necessarily want 2 coaching calls a week and an accountability log and a blah, 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 blah. They want to be able to climb the stairs carrying a load of laundry without getting winded. That's what they want. They want to be able to build a consistent movement practice. Like I know that I'm one of those people. It's like, I just wish I was moving more regularly. I was more consistent in my walking, a daily walking, whatever the thing is that people are saying that they want. That becomes the thing that you talk about. Talk about that stuff 85% of the time, and talk about the features maybe 15% of the time. And that's what the Post-it captures. When describing your offer, project, or coaching experience, focus on the features for 15%, and 85% of the time talk about the benefits. All right. It's what the person is going to gain that is going to matter most to them, not the little bells and whistles. The bells and whistles are important, but they're not what's really on someone's mind. Because a person out there is not thinking, you know what I really want? I really want to have a coaching session twice a month. I really want to have a week of Voxer. I would just love a week of Voxer. They're saying things like, God, I wish I could just walk up that hill down my street and not lose my breath. I wish I could sleep better. I wish I could what is it? And that's what you want to focus on when you're talking about your projects. All right. That's all I got for today. Thanks for being here. Sorry if I've gone over 10 minutes. You're the best. Share your follow-up questions and comments down below, either here on YouTube or Misfit to Maverick. If you want some direct support 24/7, I've got you. We've all got you there. And if you want to check out Misfit to Maverick and come to next week's coaching call and get your ideas workshopped with me, I would love to have you. And I'll talk to you guys soon.